Hello, divine creators. Welcome to Demela Universe. We are Vel'Astri. Thank you so much for joining me. And welcome to Divine Tea with Vel'Astri. Beautiful beings, we have the second message coming through today from the collective Vel'Astri, which is the collective of us. And we wish to now bring forth almost a continuation from the last upload we just had with the self-loyalty, which has been uploaded on YouTube. Yes, it is part of this new process, part of this new process of becoming, part of this new process of being, and we are laughing at the barking happening in the background, for it is part of the story we're going to share with you. With the self-loyalty, which is being loyal, which is that dog energy. Imagine yourself being a dog, but also imagine yourself being the owner of that dog. So it's you're also in dog form and in human form, and you own yourself. How loyal you would be to self, right? That is the teaching of that beautiful canine frequency. How loyal you'll be to yourself, always coming back to self, coming back to you. Happy to see you, excited to see you, no matter what happens, no matter the day, excited, enthusiastic, celebrating you, supporting you, nurturing, caring for you. You now as the owner, nurturing and caring and supporting and providing. You as the dog, protecting, playful, happy. That co-creation of you being loyal to you. And even if you've maybe done something that is unwanted, you might feel a bit sad for a little bit, but guess what? The next moment you're wagging your tail again, you're happy. So you do not punish yourself, you're not critical to yourself, you do not blame yourself, you don't hold yourself in negative frequencies. You learn, you process, you release, and you're back to the positive celebration of self. And yes, you might have some friends, and your dog self will go now play with your owner's friends, right? With your soul partner's friends, with your humans' friends. And you'll go play, but guess what? You always come back to your human, you always come back to your being. And for the most part, with the conditioning, we have forgotten to come back to our human, and we're honoring other humans, other ways of being. And that is when now you're no longer loyal to self, to your frequency, to how you are. You want a sense of belonging in other human spaces as opposed to the sense of belonging to self. And that is the powerful frequency of the dog energy. Some beings, some humans, connect with that beautiful energy for codependency. They don't want to do the healing work, so they rather have a being there to love them unconditionally so they don't have to do the work. And that again is in resistance to the teaching of that frequency. It's the actual release of codependency by allowing yourself to be a sovereign, aligned being to self. So that is just an extra bridging from the last upload to this one, which is a reminder of the renewal. You are meant to be different, and you are meant to be unique. And we are here to anchor in new ways, brand new ways of being. So yes, the understanding and the idea of family and friendships is different to you now. The understanding and the observation of tradition, cultures, and religions is different to you now. The understanding and the observation and expression of gender, sexuality, race, all of those experiences are different to you now. You no longer feel this binding to those words, this limitation and restriction to those experiences. You understand them as a frequency of healing, of expression, but to empower, not to deny, not to limit, to express and to discover, not to control, not to diminish. So you find yourself ascending and evolving faster than everybody else around you. You found yourself no longer interested in the conversations and caught up in the dramas of the human frequency, of the arguments and the politics that they seem to grapple with every single day. It feels for you senseless and nonsensical when you understand that the only way to heal all is to come to source, and from source create from that space. And not many of them are ready for that kind of understanding and evolution. It'll take a few lifetimes, even perhaps thousands of more years, perhaps even the next age, before they are ready to truly engage in this kind of creation. However, you are ready for it now, for you have already mastered it very long time ago, before you came to Earth, before humanity even came into existence. You mastered this understanding of creating from source, of being an individual frequency, of the authentic expression of who you are. So you were tasked with a mission to be your truth here in this human collective, in order to allow them a different way, a different platform of creation, another way. For humans have had their way of conditioning, of being, their way of creating abundance, their way of success, of love, of fulfillment, their programmed, conditioned, egoic way, which they have normalized. And we came here saying, there's another way. And the only reason why we're here to show you the other way, because you asked for it. You want more. You're finding this way that you have come to know limiting and restricting, abusive and manipulative and suffering. And you want more. You now want to create within love. And we say, well, within love, then you need to release the idea of love you have and come to the discovery of love. For love is fluid, love is limitless, love is of source, it's not of physical. It completely transcends any restriction. It is fluid, and the physical may become love and may express love limitlessly and freely too, should you allow it, should you be love, should you be source. So yes, dear divine beings, the way you perceive and the way you see and understand things is very different. And yes, you might have many around you who don't see your way, who don't get your way, and you need to be okay with this. You need to understand that's the point. We're here to open up, to create spaces of new information, of new ways, new paths, new doorways not yet being explored. And your way is very unique, very different from our way, and that's perfectly all right. This is the Aquarian realm. And the Aquarian realm is simply the realm of truth and authenticity. It doesn't mean truth and authenticity for a good or for bad or for high vibes or low vibes. It just says be different, be a unique different one. No matter what you create, be an authenticity. There are other realms and other dimensions where the basis is within your highest frequency at all times. So yes, when you are there, oh goodness, it's simply love, well-being and nurture and care and comfort and soothing and just brilliance and all the goodness you feel. And you feel it because that's where you are from. That's why it resonates. That's why when you see what's happening, it doesn't make sense, because you don't understand how people can create in such pain when there is a way to create within such love. And we're saying don't judge, don't compare, understand you are from that realm. And you're here to plant the seed so that those who are ready to can ascend to that realm should they choose. So don't react to this realm. This realm is simply authenticity, which is why currently you are seeing so many good things and so many bad things and so many true things and so many this things, everything now being revealed itself, everything being revealed itself, whether positive or negative, everything being revealed itself, revealing itself, because this is the realm of authentic creation. No matter how you create, You do you. That is the basis of this. Let's start there. And then the higher realm, you do you, and then add mindfulness. You do you, and then add mindfulness and divine love. Wow. And you'll see that in that realm, in the 8th and the 9th and the 10th realms, the higher frequency realms, yes, now collectively the understanding of harmony and balance and well-being is a collective knowing. It's not a struggle, it's not an efforting, it just simply is a way of being. It is not for you to then give up. We're not saying this for you to give up. We're saying this for you to release control of needing this realm to be where you are from in your higher dimensional space. Releasing of outcomes. You are simply to be your own frequency of creation. Thus, you are allowing your energy to weave a new way of being for others to be inspired by, should they be ready for the inspiration, for those light codes, for the understanding, for the transformation and the evolution. And yes, you are here to bring in a new way of being. So yes, when you decide or are inspired to have children, you might give them a name which is inspired through meditation. And yet you will also know this name is temporary and transient. That should they choose their own name, you'll be more than happy to support them to change it, because you understand you don't own them. You understand you are a vessel through which the soul is coming through, and that on a soul level you made a contract that the best way for you to learn from each other is through these roles of guardian, of father, of mother, of being, however you see yourself, and child. And you no longer put your past upon them. You allow them to be free. Should they be interested in this topic and you are knowledgeable, you shall teach them. Should they be interested in another topic which is completely different from yours, they are free to go learn it. You don't restrict them. You don't decide they have to fight for this and fight for that and defend that and liberate this and liberate that. You don't give them a war. That's not them, simply because they're born of you, simply because they look like you, simply because they are born in the same place as you. You don't imprison them with the same bounds of your life. You allow them to be free, for you understand they are source energy. You give them the respect of source energy. And yes, you will guide them, and yes, you will look after them, but you will not direct their life. And others won't understand why you do this. They'll think that you are losing your way, that you need to maintain and keep things alive. Keep something alive for eternity. Why would you do that? There are others who enjoy that specific belief, who enjoy that specific way of being. They will keep it alive with joy. Yes, now that specific way of being is in its highest frequency. But keeping something alive out of anxiety, out of fear, out of obligation, it is then manifest through those experiences, which is why so many beautiful and magical ways of being, tradition, culture, religion, or whatever you might say it, is now tainted with toxicity and abuse, manipulation and suffering, because they are enforced through obligation, not celebrated through love. Allowing everyone to simply be the celebration of the love they are. So, you are here to do things in a very different way, which is why right now you find yourself in your own energy. To discover your different way. To allow your different way without needing someone to explain it to, someone to understand it with. And some of you are in already committed relationships and partnerships. You have people around you, and yet you can feel yourself needing to be in your own energy. And for you to ask for this, to allow yourself this energy, that is part of your healing. For each of us are learning to either be isolated and do this, to be in a partnership and yet do this, to be in a family ship and yet do this. For there are multiple ways in which we're integrating this energy of newness. We are bringing through a whole different ways in which humanity can be. For each of us are unique, so each of us have a different way, expression of being. Honor this now. Honor the newness of you. Center here now. And simply allow yourself to express that which you are through all aspects of your divine being. You will not make sense. Wonderful. You no longer restrict yourself. You remain dynamic. You remain fluid. You remain limitless. You remain source. For even now, can we truly explain source? No. Can we truly understand source? No. Can we define source? No. For source is limitless. Source is love. So understand you at source, at love, are undefinable, unknowable, not understandable. And that is where we are asked to be at ease. How? At the state at which we are asked to be at ease. At ease with the unknown us. Discovering that which we are each day. Which, yes, sets us apart from everything we've ever known. So yes, you will no longer fit in. So yes, you may no longer belong, for that fitting in and belonging is of the conditioned, not of the free, not of the liberated. Yes, you might feel millions are still hidden, running away from their source, and that's okay. We didn't come here to make them, to force them, to control them. That's no point. We're not any better than the conditioned, than the realm of limitation and restriction and illusion, should we try and force them to be that which they're not ready to be, which they do not want to be. Oh no. We're simply here to be in our truth and inspire them, should they be ready to be inspired. So divine beings, know that you are here to bring in a new way of being. So you might find yourself no longer enjoying how you used to be, or the jaunts of the physical realm, and that's okay. The more you center within, the more you start to explore how your frequency now manifests in this physical, in new ways, in ways which others might not understand, in ways in which others may not even be able to connect themselves, because it's not their way, and that's okay. Honor the newness you bring in, and you will not feel so alone, you will not feel so bored, you will not feel so excluded, because you understand why we are meant to be different. We are meant to be completely in our own different league of being. Thus, let us now allow the energy within us to manifest this new different form. Let us now allow the source within us to manifest this new different experience, this new different version of humanity. And let us now embrace it. And let us now celebrate it. Let us now simply be free. You are all doing beautiful work. And yes, you might feel very much alone and misunderstood. Wonderful. Finally, You are no longer defined. You're no longer restricted. You're no longer limited. You are now as source, forever free, forever changing, forever eternal, forever love. Blessed